Hi guys, and welcome to the video. So today I'll go through my whole pedal board. It might be quite a long video, but let's get into it. So first in the chain we have a custom envelope filter that is loosely or more so based on a DOD FX20B. And it sounds something like this in the high pass mode. So it's tracking my dynamics, so if I play softly, it's not really letting the whole thing through, but then if I and with that you can also limit the sustain of, like, say, power chords. Or like do those small runs without palm muting and still getting like a smaller volume out. Yeah, and that's basically what I use for it. And next in the chain we have a Fairfield Circuitry accountant compressor, and I usually use it on the single coil. So here we have a bridge single coil, and then if we take it off, gives a nice oomph and some compression, as the name suggests. And that's basically the setting. Then next in the chain we have a whammy. I guess everyone knows what this is mostly used for. And what I usually use it for is something in the realm of harmonization. So if we like take my favorite setting, which is a fourth and a fifth. So we have the fourth down here, and then up we have fifth. And I think that is like some sort of rock song already in the making. Let's add some overdrive. That's nice. And then let's go ahead. We have the king of gear effects and mini glitch. And for that I have right now a threshold mode here. This would be better with the Stratocaster that is right now on the wall, but it needs some love and care in terms of strings and a new battery, so I won't be using that. But this is what you would use it for. So let's add a real basic delay. And you get that sort of stutter out of the chord. And with the sustainer you would get like an infinite feedback into the mini glitch. And then let's add some overdrive again, just to make it a bit more louder. another custom effect. This is like a transparent overdrive. It has a clean blend. It's somewhere in the Tube Screamer realm, but it has a versatile tone circuit. So let's demonstrate the tone. So we have right now, it's somewhere in the middle. All the way up. It's really bright. Let's do delay off. Then all the way down. Really dulls it down. So let's put it back up and then demonstrate the clean blend. So I have it around halfway. Max. Without the overdrive. And then no clean. And then go back where we were. Yeah. And then if we add some drive. And reduce. Yeah, and that's also around halfway. I guess in terms of overdrives, I'm a halfway guy. Yeah. Next in the chain we have a Drunk Beaver Pedals Blue, and it's like this sort of Pandora's box of overdrives, distortion, fuzz, and crunch. And I really like the fuzz on this, in this mode. So we have, let's see, we have, yes, so it's in silicon mode, and it's in a classic fat switch mode. And this is the sound we get on the bridge pickup. And then neck for demonstration purposes. And for this video that is about that pedal, because I mostly use it in the fuzz, there will be a own video on it at some point, and then I'll demonstrate all of it. Okay, next, last but not least, another custom pedal, and I apparently really like custom overdrives, but this is pretty much Marshall Threadmaster, just with the additional gain switch, because sometimes you need ridiculous amounts of distortion. So this is slightly mid-scooped compared to the Cranberry overdrive, and of course slightly heavier. And then if we engage ridiculous amounts of gain, yeah, that's basically it. And then we have the DL4 Mark II, and what I'm using it for is the looper. So basically I could have the old version, but I like the switches here. So the DL4 as a looper, it basically has as an A button you have a record or play, then you have or overdub, then you on the B button that is just play and stop. C is once, and that is really handy on like really short loops that you can infinitely engage them. I'll do that just in a moment. And then with the tap switch you can either have a reverse or half speed or both. And basically what the half speed also does is it gives you 1 octave lower. So let's do that. So for that I'll also use the Memory Man. And if you'd like to hear more about the Memory Man, please go and watch my video on it. It's my favorite pedal. Okay, and let's do a really short Let's see if the delay time is right. Feedback is a bit too much. Okay. Now let's get it recorded. And so if you have just that going all the time, it gets a bit obnoxious, but if we get the reverse, so that's a double tap, you need to be really careful with the switch. I'd like it be a bit more user friendly, so maybe detect just a little bit slower. So let's now, in reverse, let's engage the loop. And that's basically what you can do. And then let's add the octave, or remove octave, however you want to say. And let's come back to that in a moment. So next is my second favorite pedal after the EHX Memory Man, and it's this Red Panda Tensor. If you have it in this setting, it does really nothing. Let's remove the delay. It's not, the tensor doesn't really want to do anything because now you're giving it exactly what it would play out. So let's reduce the time a bit, so then we get like a delay. And then we can also reduce the pitch in a funny way. Yeah, and then we can also reverse the direction. So now we have speed in the counterclockwise fully position. Yeah, and then if we add it a bit more, then it's like slower and it gives us a demonic pitch. So if we like play a really basic scale, and then if we forward it back, but not fully, and increase the time a bit, and that's what it wants to do. But as you can maybe see from the board, I like having a lot of loopers, and that's basically what the tensor also is. So let's make a really small short loop and show how differently the tensor mangles it than what the DL4 can do. That was the loop I think we did. I'll come back to this mic in a moment. basically I have an additional remote for this, so we have again a record and overdub, and then we have play infinitely, and then we have play once, and then we have mangle, or as I like to call it. So let's put the playback on. And basically how the tensor is set up now in alternate direction and randomness has been increased. I don't think we'll ever get the normal loop. And that's fun. So that's off the tensor for now. Then we have a Boss DSD2, a really simple digital delay. Let's see what we have here right now. That's like a really small delay time, or well, someone would say that's long, but I would say it's small. And then just one repeat, so let's increase that a bit. And then the effect level is now max, and this won't give you like a full wet. And now we see that the tails have increased quite a lot. Then if we increase the delay time, and if we now try to play what we played previously, you'll get really interesting rhythms. And I think that's the DSD2. It's basically like a old digital delay, and it has a sampler mode too, but we'll go to that in the end. Then the Deluxe Memory Man God pedal, basically, and this is what you do with it. Yeah, and if you want to see the other use cases, please check my demo. Then, a thing that I usually have always on, but right now for this demonstration I have had it off. So this is the King of Gear EQ201, as the name would suggest. It's the RE201's preamp. And how I'm using it is that I'm rolling a bit of treble down, a bit of bass down, and then basically giving some juice to my amp. And here's without. And then if we want like a fuzz out of it, we'll crank it. Let's for funsies first cut the bass all the way down and crank the treble. And let's crank the bass now. It's a really nice fuzz. Like, I wouldn't mind having that. And let's now, also for fun, roll the treble all the way down. Then Digitech Digi-Delay, and it has a lot of modes. I might do a video on that, I might not. I really like it for this thing only. It has a looper, surprise, and but it's easy to glitch it out, and it's easy to make like really like short, like maybe one note loop, like for example this. And on its own, it of course doesn't sound much, but then if we add to that, switch is a bit funky, but I'll deal with it. I don't really need to concern myself about it because I'm playing alone. And then we come to the last thing in the chain, I think, because this is just a tuner. If you wondered why I skipped it, it's a tuner. Peterson Strobosomb Mini. It's great. Okay, so what I usually have on this Eventide H90 is this longish tape delay, something like this. Yeah, it's really long, and I have a plate echo or plate reverb running on it. And right now the delay time is so long that you would, like, for example, come up with a thing that you play and then the delay would play it again. Something like that. Then if we take another algorithm I've created, this is like a reverse delay with a pitch. And it gets a bit overcomering with the bridge pickup, so let's go to the neck. Yeah, that's a bit nicer. that especially if you start playing with the delay times, like let's say for example something like this. So I've increased the delay time on the A delay and then kept B the same. Yeah, but then maybe now that we've gone through the whole board, I guess I'll leave you with this. This is a patch I'm still working on. This is inspired by a lot of pedals that have like this sort of weird infinite reverberation with some pitch going on. And basically it sounds great with clean, it sounds great with distortion, and it sounds great with putting delays into it. So without further ado, I thank you for checking out this video, and I'll see you next time.